Right, it's the Bobby Moore Fund Charity All Day right here at the Halfway House on the A127 Essex. The guys that have just finished their set, done an outstanding set as well. Of course, are the boys from Soul at the Jetty, Jonny Layton and Mark Messon. How you doing?
Yeah, great, mate. Yeah,
life is good.
Life is good, is it? I'm loving the fact that you've got your West Ham shirts on today.
Well, obviously, when West Ham won the World Cup, mate, you know that as a Hammers fan.
Of course,
goes without saying.
And the Bobby Moore testimonial shirt.
I'm liking that.
He did buy me one, but I couldn't get it on. It was made for a pygmy, I think.
I've got to congratulate you because what we was hearing just now up there, the music was absolutely brilliant for a Saturday afternoon. So congratulations to one of the sets. Of course, it's the Bobby Moore Soul All Dayer as well. What made you get involved with it?
Well, obviously West Ham fans. Bobby Moore, probably the greatest footballer England's ever produced, without exception. He wasn't treated particularly well by the FA after he finished playing. So we look back to the halcyon days 50 years ago today when West Ham and England won the World Cup. So it made total sense, and of course cancer affects us all, so it was a no-brainer as far as we were concerned.
Absolutely right.
And what for you, Mark?
Well, very much that, and also, let's be fair, the West Ham hierarchy of the day didn't treat him well either. So
not just West Ham, it was the FA as well, wasn't it?
It was very, very poorly treated. But nonetheless, as you say, it's cancer, it's charity, it's something that we believe in, it's something that we do support, and it being Bobby Moore's charity as well, of course we're going to get involved. Why wouldn't we get involved?
And the other thing was, he's probably in the best ever football/war film ever made, Escape from Victory. So it goes without saying, I was very tempted to wear the shirt tonight. But,
let's talk about Soul at the Jetty. Now, you're into how many years now you've been running
We're
it?
just finishing our 7th year, so it'll be 8 years in October.
How has it changed from year one through to this year?
I would say the crowd's got a bit older as they've stuck with us, but luckily the music policy we don't think is, it's different to a lot of the other soul nights that are around, because we try and pay tribute to the gold mine, but only if it was still open today, what would it play? So it would play new jazz, it would play some soulful house, not necessarily house all night, it would select some newer cuts with some retro grooves built in as well, sort of thing that Hilly did back in the day, because he was known for breaking music.
It's the mix. So as you say, it's the new jazz, it's the old jazz. We're not afraid of a dodgy bossa. We'll throw a reggae tune in there as well.
As Hilly used to back in the day.
Absolutely.
What has changed for you since you've been DJing? You've been DJing for years and years and years. Of course, you've been involved with the soul scene as well. You got involved with Keister as well. What's changed for you personally, John, over the years with regards to the soul scene?
Well, if you talk about Keister, it's totally different for me now, because back in the day, I'd love a snake bite or 7 at the barbecue, and I'd wander around in the blur like the rest of the punters. But it's a great, safe environment to do that because we're like-minded. But obviously, because I might have a set at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and then one at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm afraid it's soda water and lime for me.
More
and
discipline involved.
A lot more discipline, and totally different because you see all the backstage stuff that's going on. But I wouldn't change it for the world, obviously. But what else has changed? Well, it seems to be a plethora of soul nights around at the moment, not just here in Essex, but everywhere else. And we do get concerned that the scene might be diluting itself a little bit, because there's only so many punters that remember the tunes from back in the day, and only so many punters that will come to a club that will play new progressive tunes as well. But as long as they keep coming, we'll keep doing it.
What about you, Mark?
Absolutely. Well, I went to the first 2 Keisters, and as Jonny said, it's a totally different beast now. I'd say musically it's a lot more diverse. It gets a bit of bad press, which is totally unwarranted, about not being progressive. I would say that it is. I would say it's very progressive. It changes up all the time. Whenever you go back there's new sets being in a hideaway. If the hideaway, if it works there, then it will go to the club room, and the tunes from the club room.
Now, mate.
Oh, V-Lounge.
V-Lounge.
Yeah. But the tunes move around, and it's interesting to see how a tune like Maytals, Toots and the Maytals 54-46 starts off as the reggae set, and the Trojan reggae set, and then ends up, it's an anthem now. You hear it in the anthem set, and you hear it at the barbecue. I really enjoy watching the tunes move around, and as they go up.
I blame Tom Holland for that,
Of course, it is all his fault.
One of the most underrated DJs on the scene, I think.
Well, we've got Jonny Layton and Mark Messon here. If anyone wants to find out more about what you're up to and what's coming out in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, what you're up to, what you're doing.
I'm on the Soul Boat with the lovely Neville Jazz Funk Soul again on the 11th of September. 10th of September, we're watching Gerardo Frasina DJ in Docklands. Then, of course, it's the Jetty on the 27th of August with our special guest James Anthony joining us for the first time. And then it's all roads lead to Keister. So,
and then after
it's a busy month or so.
As you well know, it's Laguna Soul with your good self.
Yes. Looking forward to that.
absolutely.
Jonny Layton, Mark Messon, they've earned the right to now be known as UK soul legend DJs. Thanks for speaking to us.
Our pleasure.
Excellent, brilliant.
Cheers.
Thank you,
Thank
Bully.
you.